With Hashem's loving grace, Bo Hashem, hello to everyone. A special message for everyone that's listening to us about the importance of Aliyah, what it really means. What does Aliya and Emuna mean? What is the whole purpose on earth? Can you imagine someone going out on a baseball diamond and say, excuse me, what game are you playing? He says, I don't know. He says, what's with the attempt? You don't know that you're supposed to hit the ball over the fence and run around the bases and score runs? No, he says, I thought it was a football game. No, this is a baseball game. Or you go on a basketball court and you ask the guy, what are you playing? He says, is this rugby? No, this is basketball. If you touch the other guy, you foul. People don't know what they're doing. What are we doing in life? The whole purpose of in life. And if anywhere you look in the Torah, the Gemara, anything, the purpose of a Jew is to get close to Hashem. How do we get close to Hashem? We get close to Emuna. We open up our Gemara and tractate Ketubas. And suppose you want to find, where do I find Emuna? What do I do? And the Gemara says, oh, you want Emuna? Then you go to the land of Emuna. The land of Emuna is Eretz Yisrael. Why is Emuna the land of Eretz Yisrael? Because the Torah tells us, Einei Hashem mireshit hashana da'achrit shana, that the eyes of Hashem are on the land of Israel from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. What does it mean, the eyes of Hashem? The third principle of Emuna, the Rambam says that Hashem has no physical quantities, but the eyes of Hashem, it means that Hashem's own personal divine providence, that Hashem is personally supervising, that the angels, they're emissaries. There's an angel for America, and there's an angel for Italy, and an angel for Spain, not in Eretz Yisrael. Angels don't do anything. Hashem does everything personally. When you are here in Eretz Yisrael, you feel Hashem's intervention in every part of your life that isn't, if you want to feel. And we see this right here. There are people that want to feel it and get very, very high and get close to Hashem. People that don't want to feel it. All the problems in the land of Israel. People say, I don't want to come to Israel because the Parnas is difficult and this is difficult and the people aren't so polite. They don't understand what Eretz Yisrael is all about. You come to Eretz Yisrael in order to get close to Hashem. What does it mean close to Hashem? The Gemara itself tells us that outside, what is the meaning of the mitzvot outside of the land of Israel? It's like a practice game. It doesn't count. In the soldiers, when you're right after basic training. And we didn't know how to fire so well our weapons and laser weapons. So you start using war games and maneuvers with plastic bullets. And after you become more proficient, then use live fire. And after live fire, ready to go to the war. And doing mitzvahs outside the land of Israel, sorry, it's not my words, the words of the Gemara. It's like firing with plastic bullets. They're just practicing the mitzvot in order to remember them in Eretz Yisrael. And people come to see Eretz Yisrael, but the whole life, the whole rhythm in Eretz Yisrael is being close to Hashem. In America, you don't ask if a tomato is kosher or not. In Eretz Yisrael, you worry about a tomato is kosher because there are mitzvot, a whole set of mitzvahs that are connected to the land of Israel that have to do with the holiness of the land of Israel. Why the mitzvot? That tomato has to be kosher in the land of Israel because tomato is grown in holy soil. That means when the tomato comes out of the soil, it has to take out a tithe, have Maser Rishon, Maser Sheni, Truma, all the mitzvahs. And people are disconnected. Our whole rhythm in the land of Israel is living with Hashem. And when you live with Hashem, that's Emuna, that's above nature. Therefore, you see things in the land of Israel that defy nature. You see this in the economy. You see this in the war. People on paper are below level of poverty. Come to see, I don't know a family in Eretz Yisrael, even in the community, don't know, doesn't have wine on their table on Shabbos, and challahs on Shabbos, and fish on Shabbos, and chicken on Shabbos. Where? They don't know. That's here. It all defies nature. If you want to live by nature, if you live outside, like in America, it seems like the intelligent people are making money, and the less intelligent, less qualified people, they're not making money. In Eretz Yisrael, you see a guy with a third grade education, and he sells cucumbers in the market, and he's driving a big Oldsmobile. And you see a Russian immigrant with a PhD in nuclear physics, and he can't even find a job packing groceries. It doesn't matter what your degree is, doesn't matter here, anything. People talk about high tech. Outside the land of Israel, you don't feel that. In the land of Israel, you feel this rhythm. Well, people say, well, there aren't many religious people, only 20% religious people. Back in Egypt, there were only 20% that left Egypt. Only 20% had Emuna that Hashem is going to take them to the land of Israel. King Solomon says that that there's nothing new under the sun. We see the same 20% But why be part of the 80% that miss out, that stay in Egypt and stay in the darkness and lose their lives in the darkness? Be part of the 20% of the light, the 20% of the light. Be part of the light that comes as the Moshiach, and it's very, very close. We could see all the signs. Be part of the 20% gets to Hashem. Because when you finish this earth, the fun and games are over. And the moment the soul leaves the body, it screams out, wants to go back in. What happened? Because Hashem takes all the body hides the light of the soul. And now this blockage, this obstacle is removed, and the soul sees the light of Hashem. It's not in this dark jail anymore. Oh, I want to go back and learn the money. You can't do that. You can do that while you're still here. The moment the game's over, that's it. You can't score a touchdown after the referee blows the whistle. That's why you have to come to the land of Israel. That the Gemara says, this is the Gemara, not my words, Ksuvas 111, 112. It says, living outside of the land of Israel is like living without a God. Living in the land of Israel is living with a God. That Eretz Yisrael, this is the land of Emuna. The Arizal says that it also, the land of Emuna. The land of Emuna, land of Emuna. And this is the only way a person can really fulfill his mission on earth and the entire mission on earth. This is what's at the beginning, the game. What's the game? What are we doing? It's not a game. But the neshama comes down here for one purpose only, to get close to Hashem. And the only place on the earth to really get close to Hashem is in Eretz Yisrael. So someone may say, wait a second, they're big tzaddikim. They were outside the land of Israel, and they never came to the land of Israel. It doesn't matter who you look for. The Baal Shem Tov, he longed to come to the land of Israel. The Gaon of Vilna, he longed to come to the land of Israel. The Or Chaim HaKadosh, he longed to come to it. It doesn't matter whether you look at Litvaks, or you look at Hasidim, or you look at Sephardim, they all long to come to the land of Israel. So if you're not yet in Eretz Yisrael, Hashem won't say, how come you're not in Eretz Yisrael? He knows, Hashem, if you're still outside of Eretz Yisrael, also you have to look at that with Emuna. Hashem wants you out there. But what Hashem is going to fault you for is, why didn't you want to come to the land of Israel? Why didn't you pray to come to the land of Israel? Why didn't you believe in the land of Israel? And this is the correction sin of the spies. You have to believe in the land of Israel. If I believe in something, I'm going to ask Hashem for it. I'm going to pray for it. And if I pray enough for it, and we learned this from Moshe Rabbeinu, it's going to happen. And Hashem will put you on a plane and bring you here on the wings of eagles. The whole wings of eagles, this is all, it's all imagery. It's a metaphor for Elal, for Nefesh B'Nefesh, for all the great groups that help you come over and come to the land of Israel. I just want to do it before. So right now, do your neshama a favor and start praying to come to the land of Israel. And have a desire, build your desire to come to the land of Israel. And this is what you have to ask yourself. How come I don't have the desire to be a real Jew? How come I don't have the desire to come to the land of Israel? How come I don't have the desire to come to Hashem? If everybody, the Gaon of Vilna, and if everybody, Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, and everybody, the Baal Shem Tov, and the Or Chaim HaKadosh, and the Zohar, and the Gemara tells you the place to get close to Hashem is the land of Israel, and a person says, I don't want to come to the land of Israel. This has to do with Cheshbon Nefesh, a self-assessment. This is a matter of priorities. Readjust our priorities in life. To place to be, to learn Emuna, because being a Jew without Emuna is like having a body without a soul. Okay, you eat bagels and lox, maybe you eat challahs on Shabbos, and you sing Zmiris on Shabbos, but it's like singing the national anthem. Your neshama doesn't feel it, uplifting. To really feel close to Hashem, to feel uplifted, to feel animated, this is the place, right here in Eretz Yisrael. This is the land of Emuna, and this is the place to get close to Hashem. So beloved brothers and sisters, come, get on a plane, and if you can't get on a plane, at least start every day asking Hashem, bring me close to you. Hashem, bring me to the land of Israel.